Hi, and welcome to the Crit Hit Wild podcast, where we cover all things Marvel Crisis Protocol, and we do a new character every week. This week, we're going to be talking about Jubilee, and I'm your host, Fred.
I'm Brad.
And I'm Steven.
Hello, guys. How's it going? It's just the three of us today, and we have quite a bit to discuss, mostly involving Adepticon. So we have seen the Adepticon, I guess not live stream, the keynote address from AMG, and there's a lot that we need to talk about. So if you are listening on a podcast catcher, we are going to be mentioning a lot of images today, and then if you watch us on YouTube, you can see what we're discussing. Okay, all right. Well, I think that we should. Well, before we do that, let's talk about upcoming events because there are some upcoming events that we should shout out. Coming up on April the 4th, there is a tournament at Roundtable Games in Dublin, Ohio. This is. Oh, I don't know who the tournament organizer is. Is the tournament
Tom.
organizer usually Tom?
Yeah.
Is he the one who? Okay. It's Tom is the tournament organizer. He is an amazing player. He's a super nice guy, and if you live anywhere close to the Dublin area, you should go and participate. Then coming up on the 11th of April, there is a tournament at Lost Legion Games and Comics. That is our local game shop here in South Charleston, and come on down, play some games. This is just going to be a local tournament. I'm not expecting a huge turnout. And then coming up on the 25th of April is the Appalachian Cup, the finals. We already know everyone who's going to be participating, I think.
We do.
And so, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it, and everyone who is going to be there is already knows it. So I don't even know why I'm calling this one out. All right. Well, let's start talking about AMG, or about the Adepticon keynote address from them. Hey, Brad, what is this first thing that we're going to look at?
We are going to look at, if my mouse will move, is they started the keynote with Marvel Crisis Protocol Alliances, their new board game. And our first picture is a picture of the board and all the components laid out for a game.
It's very hex based. It looks really. There's a lot of art on the board itself.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
I saw a demo they recorded. Well, they didn't. A Omnis from the Move Throw podcast recorded his demo of the game, and then Chance, who's been on this podcast, got a demo while he was there. The game seems very fun and very fast. Like, once players know how to play this game, like, each game will probably take 30 minutes to 45 minutes, which is right in line with their, we want you to play a whole campaign in an evening. So.
Okay. This does look very cool. It looks really cool, actually. So do you know if this board is going to be the board that they use, or is it going to be a different board when they have different different kits available?
I believe that each.
That may be.
I believe each box is going to have its own board, own themed board.
Okay. I figured that would be the case. I just wanted to. I did not hear if they said anything or not on that front. But this looks cool. I like it.
Yeah. I'm real excited for the X-Men version that's coming, which is the second one coming out. But I have more pictures here. So this is the Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man specifically, showing the model painted and unpainted, the like boards you put them on. Like you keep track of everything, your health and your power and your XP and stuff. And then the upgrade cards on the left.
I see that.
Yeah, the power mechanic.
They're level ups.
Yeah, the power mechanic, the dice mechanic, um, the conditions, the healthy, injured side of the card. All of that's exactly like MCP. Um,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, the
So that
XP.
is an MCP character card that's sitting there
No,
on the board there.
no.
Well, but I mean, it is functionally
Yes,
Oh no, it's not because it doesn't have stats.
right. It is different than the card, but like the attacks all have the same stuff. The superpowers have the same layout. And the rules I just mentioned are exactly the same, except conditions are one time. So like this is showing an incinerate on his board. On the next attack, he rolls one less die, and then it expires.
Okay. Interesting.
Uh, the way you earn XP is mostly through doing um, team up stuff, things that are cooperative, or using your ability to the best of its ability. So Miles has a web swing. He gets extra dice on his next attack. Does that sound familiar? And if he
Yeah.
and if he takes out a bad guy, he gets an XP from it. Every time you do take out an XP, you
Okay.
can choose an ally to get a bonus, and you get an XP when you do that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it a set number of XP to get to the next level?
That's
I'm
you can
guessing it
see
is.
it marked on the card. So the
Okay.
spectacular
Okay.
Spider-Man gets a level up at 10, 15, and 20. Um, I don't know if that's different on different characters. They didn't go into that.
Okay. I see. I see what you're seeing. All right.
Yeah. Um, the next image, I believe, is the painted minis. Yes, next to the
All right.
unpainted ones, just to show that they look really good painted. They made a big deal about how
It's
the.
very
Go ahead, Fred.
you keep going. You keep going. You keep going.
I was gonna say they made a big deal about how this is their new fast system, which is push fit minis. No glue required. You can snip them off. You can even break them off the sprue and then just stick them together. No glue.
These minis look great for being pushed together plastic. That these look amazing.
Yeah, I think so too. Uh, People are gonna eat up that black cat specifically.
Yeah, because everyone else's black hat, the pose is nowhere near as cool as this one.
Yeah, people just do not like that one. I think the spectacular is going to be popular too because people don't like the little Venom.
Right. The Venom pool that's down at the bottom.
Yeah.
What about the Green Goblin sculpt?
Yeah,
Uh,
that Green Goblin sculpt is awesome.
that's the next
It's an
slide.
awesome sculpt.
Green Goblin and his goons.
Yeah.
They said the Green Goblin was 13 pieces and is the most complicated, fast model they've made so far.
It looks amazing. I mean, I see the 13. I mean, I don't see where the breaks are, but I can see that this is a complicated model.
Yeah. Uh, and he has a stat card as well, but the goons do not. They would make great size 2 terrain. The bad guy cards, The bad guys are AI controlled, and by AI, they have preset things that the humans have to do. AI is not going to actually be playing our games for us.
Right. It's like a card system, right? A
It's
randomized card, or is it a dice system?
it neither. It's they move towards the closest enemy and attack, and then they have a little thing that happens. Like
Okay.
um,
Okay.
they have slightly different
Cool.
behaviors and stuff. It's very simple, meant to be played quickly.
Yeah, you see this a lot in cooperative board games such as
Yeah.
Eldritch Horror, where the board is actually against you and your friends.
Yeah.
I like those games. They're good.
I like this genre of game where it's like a cooperative dungeon crawl type thing. This one seems to be way faster to play than things like Undercity. Fred, do you remember Undercity? The Iron
I
Kingdoms one?
do remember Undercity.
That game was fun.
Uh-huh.
It took forever to play.
It did. It was a problem.
This seems much faster. All right, our next slide is the X-Men models painted up. They look great, actually. I really like them.
Yeah, this is the models look really good, just like usual. So it's Gambit, Rogue, um, Cyclops, and Wolverine.
Yep. I really like the Rogue.
Yeah, that looks really good.
All right. Next is some Sentinels. We've got 2 Prime Sentinels and what they call it, an experimental Sentinel or something like that, which is the little guy, and then a Mark IV is the big one. The final battle in this is Bastion. I don't think he's actually represented with a model, but Bastion is upgrading one of the Sentinels. I don't know if it's the big one or the little one. As you fight him, and you have to overwhelm the Sentinel because he keeps getting healed and upgraded and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. I like when they play with the system.
Oh no, that's gonna be on a different slide anyway. They look good. I'm 100% buying this box. Then after that is Crisis Protocol Alliances, the once and future Kang, and we've got the heroes from that box in this picture. Fred, you want to tell them who it is?
It's Black Widow, Captain America, Iron Man, and Hawkeye.
We don't know which. Well, we know which Hawkeye. There's only one Hawkeye in the game. We do not know which Black Widow, Iron Man, or Steve Rogers this is.
Right there are 3 of each.
Well, we know
I
it's
guess there's
not
only 2 Iron Men.
Hulkbuster. Yeah.
Right.
The next slide, showing the final boss in that, got everyone super excited. It's Kang. And not just Kang.
It's Kang 3 ways.
It's different Kangs. So we've got on the left, Ramen Tut. In the middle, regular Kang. And on the right, Immortus.
Okay.
All
the Kangs, all the time.
People are very much hoping that means we're going to get Immortus and Ramen Tut somewhat soon, and that this comes with character cards.
Yes.
I'm a little surprised it's not the Scarlet Centurion, but that's when Kang was trying to be a hero, kind of, so maybe that makes sense. Yeah. Next we have The box art and when stuff is coming out. So August for Night of the Goblin, beginning of next year for Attack of the Sentinels, and Q2 next year for Kang.
Looking forward to it. Looks good. But for Kang, we're not going to get it for more than a year. So let's temper our expectations. There's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out before then.
After this, they did Shatterpoint. Every announcement they made for Shatterpoint is for 2027, because they're that far ahead because of the slower release schedule for that game. Everything that's coming out this year was in their mini extravaganza. So I guess go back to that old episode and listen to it if you want to know what that is. Oh, we didn't go over that. That's a different game.
We didn't talk about Shatterpoint on this
go
podcast.
Go back to their article from then and take a look. After that, they did MCP, and we got
Yay.
I mean that Alliances is MCP, just to be clear. It's just a way to trick your friends.
I know.
It's a way to trick your friends into playing MCP with you. You get them hooked on the
Right.
board game, and then you're like, well, let's do this. It's a little different, but you'll like it. We have a picture of the Danny Moonstar Havoc, which they misspelled again, Jubilee and Multiple Man box.
How did they misspell Havoc?
Because the character has a K at the... It's no C, a K instead.
Okay. I did not know that. There are some typographical errors in the stuff that they released. It makes me question who they have proofreading.
Yeah, probably nobody.
Right. Yeah.
The proofreader is the person who put it together.
Yes.
Painted models, it's good to see because people were really wondering after the last time they showed a picture like this whether they dropped the grunt mechanic for Multiple Man, which would have been a shame, but his grunts are here again. So
Was that a thing that people thought they were gonna do?
Yeah.
They were gonna not have him have grunts.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why people would think that.
Well, he's got them. They're gonna be in there. That's his thing. It would make more sense for him to have grunts than not.
Yeah. I'm excited for this box. I was disappointed that in the top right hand corner of this picture it says Q3 2026. I thought they were gonna be
Q3,
soon.
so it's not until July or later.
Thought it was gonna be soon.
Unfortunately not.
So I can't switch to X Factor. I was just kind of biding my time. I had to find a different faction to play. Maybe this one. Bastion Nimrod and Omega Sentinel picture. Oh, with that last one, we did get Jubilee's card. That's who we're talking about today.
Yes. Yeah.
So we did get Jubilee. We got a picture of the nicely painted models. Nimrod looks dope. The other two look fine too.
All of these look really cool. These rule, especially Nimrod. Nimrod looks amazing.
Nimrod.
Like, yeah.
I am currently I currently have in my hand a 3D print of Bastion. I just put down the 3D print of Nimrod, and right there's Omega Sentinel. I'm playing them immediately. We did get
Yep. Oh boy.
We did get Bastion's card front and back. We got Nimrod's card front and back. We got the front of Omega Sentinel. She was not part of the presentation. Someone leaked that on social media. Someone got the the kit with the shiny cards, or maybe they were on display at Adepticon. I don't know, but we now have at least some of the rules for all these people. We also got the Prime Sentinels.
We also have front and back for the. Oh. Yep. You beat me to it.
Yep. So look forward to episodes at least on everyone but Omega Sentinel, because we kind of want to see what the back of our card is before we do an episode.
Right.
In addition to the primes, we got a spread of the new Crisis cards, which is what's going on here. We can read one of them of each type. We already knew what one of them of each type was, Jailbreak and Lockdown. But we got another one.
We did. Do we want to go over them, or should we just move forward? Maybe we go over them when we have all of them.
No, I want to go over them now.
Okay, all right. Why don't before we go over them, I do want to say this time they've put out one of each type, secure and extract, for 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So they made sure to give the same amount of each threat value type in this list, or in this upgrade box.
They may.
So I think it's interesting.
They may want to move a little bit away from playing 17 and 18 most of the time. They might want it to be a little more spread out. That would not surprise me. Okay, let's go to the crisis cards. Assault ships make. I put makes.
Sweeping search.
Sweeping search. I just realized I had a typo. I put ships makes. I'm upset. I'm going to have to fix it.
Oops.
This is secure, 16 points. 4 spotlights. They're kind of in a weird configuration, worth 1 victory point each. And once per turn, if you are attacking a character within range 2 of a spotlight, you get to reroll a die.
And that's it. That's the entirety of the rule set for this crisis. What do you think about this?
I'm going to assume you were talking to me. Very.
I was sorry.
Very aggro. Very aggro.
I think that this basically reads roll. Everyone may re-roll 1 defense die at all times. Because this is all very close. I mean. Oh, did I say defense? I meant may re-roll 1 offense dice, every time, because this is very close together. But the way that these points are oriented, they do spread out quite a bit. So it is if you are in the middle of the board, you are probably within range 2 of one of these points.
Yeah. Yep. It's going to be good for people who like to roll dice and kill things, which I guess I'm one of those people, so I shouldn't complain. The next one is also 16 points. It's an extract. It's called Surprise Assault. Mutant homes destroyed. There's 4 Haven tokens. These are sources, and they give you mutants, which are civilians. They are in the exact same places as the last one we looked at. They're sitting right on top of them. They're worth a victory point each. You grab a civilian out and you flip the token, and you can't get another civilian. You also can't interact with them while you're holding the civilian. I don't know. I don't understand why that's there, but whatever.
I don't either. I was confused why that's written that way.
It must
It
be
doesn't seem to make sense.
it must be something with how the rules are actually written in the book. And then
Oh, it may be a case where it's saying you can't grab one and then move to a different one and interact with it just to flip it.
oh yeah, because
Maybe
you would
that's
flip
why.
it, but then you wouldn't actually grab a mutant.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And
That must
then
be why it's written that way.
yeah, and then during the cleanup phase, you remove them all from the game and flip them back to having a dude in them. So you're pulling mutants out of their
It's just like
house,
jailbreak.
getting them free.
I will say this. I will replace jailbreak with this one because I like this one's layout more than I like jailbreak's layout. But otherwise, this is not like it doesn't do a whole lot else. It's just a closer together jailbreak.
It doesn't even have the rule that you can't run away with them.
You're right.
Next slide. We might have even seen these models painted before. It's Leader, Red Hulk, Sensational She-Hulk. There's a Red Hulk with a mustache. Head option. This wasn't new.
I feel like we've seen. Okay. I feel like we've seen this before. I feel like we have seen these painted before. I think the new information here is that this is Q3 2026
Yeah.
up there on the top right.
And then the next slide is where they actually give brand new information because people were confused because they said he's called Leader for a reason. And then at the next thing, they said that Red Hulk has a leadership. They both do. Red Hulk's leadership is Thunderbolts. Leader's is Intelligentsia. They did
No idea who's going to be in Intelligentsia. I have no clue.
MODOK.
No idea.
Definitely MODOK.
Okay.
Then what was I gonna? Oh, when they talked about the Thunderbolts, they did say that while they draw inspiration from the comics, they are in their own universe. MCP is. And so while there's a lot of people that you'd expect to be in there that are going to be in there, there's going to be surprises too. Which I think was them half addressing people being like, why isn't Jane Foster an Avenger and stuff like that? Because in their universe, she wasn't, I guess.
It's balancing reasons is the behind the scenes part of it, but I mean that's fine. I think that makes sense. That makes sense. There's lots of universes in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Next, another new affiliation, Onslaught's Grip, Leader, Onslaught.
Now, this is the first time we've seen this model. We've seen the art before, but
Yeah.
we've not seen the model. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure this is new. And he looks awesome.
And we got a picture of some tactics cards. They said they put this in here because they love reading wild speculations about what they could mean. Now, some people did some interviews with the Wills, while they were at Adepticon, and I've been trying to find those and listen to them. They mentioned that Onslaught's affiliation is in the same vein as Thanos and Apocalypse. That they have.
What does that mean?
They said
wait.
that they have a list of specific people, and that's That's what it is. So I think that they were trying to say that this isn't going to be like Dracula or Mephisto specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like, why would they specify those two? Because
I
that's every affiliation is just a list of specific people, except for Mephisto and
Yeah,
Dracula.
I think it was more like a big central guy and his cronies
Okay.
is the vibe that why they picked those two specific people.
Yeah, because those two specific ones are wildly different leaderships.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Like,
Uh-huh.
that's why that confused me.
Yeah. Um so that's what that is. Not what I would have expected. I would have expected it to work more like Dracula. But I think they also have figured out that's really hard to balance.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Blackheart, son of Mephisto. Just painted this time.
Have we seen this model before?
We
Okay,
not
we've
painted.
seen the model, but we've not seen him painted. Okay. I see.
They also, I didn't bring up the picture and get it ready, but they also showed the orb and jack-o'-lantern painted.
Jack-o'-lantern. Yep.
Painted in the case at Adepticon. And he mentioned that these guys are going to fit right into some existing affiliations.
Oh boy.
I don't know which ones, but we'll find out. Next is Hulkling. Once again, like this isn't new, but he's painted for the first time.
We're learning he's Q4 2026, I think, is
I think they
that's
said
what's relevant here.
Yeah, and I think they said he's the leader of Young Avengers. Maybe
that's information.
Maybe I don't know. It was echoey, and it was also 2 days ago. I should have rewatched it today, but I've been busy doing
Fair.
other stuff, like getting Sentinels ready.
Okay.
Then some information we've seen before, but they posted better pictures. The Asgardian starter set has a bunch of Asgardians in it. Everything you
It's
need
basically
to play.
just everything that comes in the starter set. Yeah.
Yeah. And the Guardians one, they addressed because before they said some will be limited and some will be evergreen. They have decided that what they're going to do is, as long as people keep trying to buy them, they'll keep making them, and then when people stop trying to buy them, they'll stop making them.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea.
Uh-huh. They just defined capitalism.
Yeah. We got some things people guessed, but we actually see here. Some character repacks. We've got a 5-character pack called Avengers Brains and Brawn. Hulkbuster.
Well, it's only 4 characters.
Oh, you're right.
One of them
It is only
Tony,
4 characters.
It's Baby Tony.
Sorry, you're right. That is Baby Tony. Hulkbuster and Baby Tony. Hulk, Vision, and original Winter Soldier.
It's weird that original Winter Soldier's in there. Is it weird? Actually, I guess he was packaged with Vision.
Yes,
so
that's
I
why
guess
he's
not.
in there. Two single boxes and a 2-character box got repackaged together.
Okay.
What I find is even weirder is the Criminal Underworld character pack, which comes with Shadowland Daredevil, Elektra, and Claw. Such
This is a weird
box.
This box is weird. Like all they did is add Claw to the original box that contains Shadowland, Daredevil, and Elektra.
Yep.
Because that's all they did.
And you don't even get M'Baku.
Yeah. It's a weird box.
Such a weird box. Next. Character updates coming June.
Oh boy.
Everyone was ready for them to drop it at Adepticon, and they're making us wait till June.
That's quite a ways away. That's going to be our nerf for Shang-Chi and Apocalypse.
And actually, 80 to 85% of models in the game are getting touched.
Holy crap, holy. Okay.
Fred doesn't pay attention to the discussions in the Discord, everyone.
That's a lot of models.
Most of those are stamina changes. They said there's like 10 to 15 models, 15 tops, that have significant changes. Everything else is minor changes per model. And they're hoping that that's going to lead to big changes overall in what sees play and different strategies. It sounds like they're trying to make going wide matter more.
Okay. This is going to change the game enormously. Is it? Because
Yes.
everyone's changing.
A lot of people are changing. A lot. Next, in the final image that I have for us today, is the roadmap. They did say that they are making sure they leave stuff off the roadmap for surprises. What's weird is some of the stuff that we know is coming, like the other Young Avengers box that's not Hulkling, Speed, and Wiccan, is not on here. I think that is because they've been burnt so many times with shipping delays that if they put less things on the roadmap, then people can complain about less things when they're late.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense.
The Sentinels are Q2. The Mutant box and the Leader Red Hulk box are Q3. Blackheart and his crew and Onslaught are Q4. And Hulkling, Speed Wiccan, and the 2 starter sets say Q2 2027.
That is quite a ways away for those
That's
2
an
starter
entire
sets.
year.
I'm surprised. Yeah, that is really far away for those. I would think that those would be pretty easy for them to shell out.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
And you know what? It might be one of those things where they're like, if everything goes wrong, it's going to be Q2 2027. And then when they show up early, they're going to be like, Merry Christmas, guys. Will Schick, at the end of this, when we're on this slide, did use the word fantastic in like 3 times in like 2 sentences. So just when I think they're never going to make the Fantastic Four, now I'm starting to think that they may announce the Fantastic Four.
There's a lot of space in this roadmap that could fit a fantastic addition.
Yeah.
We don't know. Will Schick also just says that. I think
Yep.
Will Schick just says fantastic a lot.
He sure does. No idea. He said there are specifically things that are scheduled for this year that they left off the roadmap.
Fantastic things.
Well, yeah, but also just things in general. So
Right.
we're going to see some surprises. I think they're tired of getting burnt by logistics over and over again.
I'll be frank. I would rather, like, them getting burnt is a lesser deal. I would rather know what's coming.
Yeah.
Like, I forward that as a consumer of this product, I care more about knowing what's coming out than I do about whether or not that thing comes out on time. So, sure, from their perspective, getting burnt is annoying, I guess. Like, it's frustrating when they're not able to provide it on the exact day that they said they were going to provide it. But as a consumer, I don't mind waiting 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a couple months for something that I thought I would get. I do want to know what's coming. Like, I don't be coy with us. Tell us what's coming. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little frustrated.
Then they did Legion. We won't go into Legion spoilers because this isn't a Legion podcast, except for the fact that I'm back in Legion.
Oh no, it's because of Mandalorians.
The Mandalorian faction. You can play Mandalorians. You can play any flavor of Mandalorian you want, whether you like Clan Kryze or Clan Ren or Death Commandos or Make Your Own or the Covert Mandalorians, whatever you want. Did I mention, Fred, you can make your own Mandalorian clan?
The Brad Mandalorians.
Oh my God, Fred.
I was not saying your last name. I caught myself.
Sure. Which can be found on Longshanks. It's not like I'm hiding that well.
Right, but I'm just trying to be cautious.
Fred, what are you excited about? Are you excited about the StarCraft game?
Yes, actually, truthfully, it looks really fun. I'm excited, but that's not an AMG product.
That's
not AMG.
It's not, but I watched it played, and it does look cool.
I did too, and it looks awesome. I'm into it.
Other games made other announcements. They're bringing back the models for my favorite Infinity Army, so I'm gonna buy those models. War Machine's got cool stuff coming. It's a great time to be a gamer, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I'm playing Sentinels
We've
next
got
time
a lot
I make it to
lot to look forward to.
Playing Sentinels next time I make it to the game store.
Yes. Oh boy. God, I hate it. Bastion is really good. I'm gonna give a little spoiler. Bastion's really good. I think he's amazing.
He might get Steven to play Sentinels.
Maybe. Who knows?
Have you
he's
read
a
him?
fantastic fourth model.
Have you read him,
really
Steven?
good.
What? Bastion's card?
Uh-huh.
No. I've read snippets of his card, yes.
He makes the Sentinels all about denying power.
I understand that.
And we know how much you love that.
Yep. I like frustrating people quite a bit.
I think that's it for Adepticon.
I think so too.
Well, for the reveals.
All right. Well,
Kingpin won Worlds.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Kingpin.
Nerf Kingpin.
Maybe that might be coming. We'll see. All right. Well, before we move to the person we're here to cover today, do either of you have games that you want to discuss that you've played recently? Brad, do you have any games that you want to discuss?
I definitely played a game.
You
Was
and
it
I played
you?
a game.
Okay. That's the only game I played. I played X-Force, and Jonathan single-handedly won me the game. That's how I remember it.
Jonathan got you the final point that won you the game.
He also took out your model.
I feel like I don't think he did.
It was Honey Badger, but I remember saying at the time that I was giving Jonathan the credit for that one.
Right. He was playing X-Force. I was playing Inhumans. We were playing at 18 threat? No, that can't be right. 19 threat. So I was Maximus the Mad. No, it was 20. I don't remember. I don't remember enough about this game, to be honest.
I don't know.
I remember losing.
I played
Uh,
Black Swan again. She's fun.
she's good. She's really good.
Domino
And
carried the game for me on her back.
and Crystal and Baron Zemo for me were active liabilities. They did not do anything. Like neither one of them rolled well, and neither one of them did anything. They just brought you points.
They sure did. Medusa sucked. Hate her.
Medusa did amazing. I gotta say, every time I play her, I think Medusa's better than the last time I played her. I think she's an amazing model.
She was bullying Cable.
Effectively. Very effectively.
Yeah.
I played a second game. Oh, do you want to keep talking about
no,
that one?
I was gonna say I was gonna ask you if you played a second game, but you.
I did. I played a second game. I played against a guy who named Noah, who comes sometimes, and oftentimes Noah rolls very well, and that was not the case this time. This time I rolled exceptionally well, and I almost tabled him, and what I ended up doing was just winning on scenario, but uh, this was hammers and intrusions, and King Black Bolt dazed both Beta Ray Bill and Star Lord because I was able to line them both up in the top of round 2, and then on the top of round 3 he KO'd both of them because they were still lined up. So it was just an absolutely devastating start to the game. And I played a weird list. We were playing at 18, and I played Maximus the Mad, Medusa, Shang-Chi, and King Black Bolt. And that was it. And that feels weird, but it was shockingly effective. But that's because I was rolling very, very well. And he played Beta Ray Bill, Star Lord, Hulk, and Rocket and Groot. And Shang-Chi is the perfect tool to take apart Rocket and Groot. He just goes in, does the 1-inch push to push Groot out of position, and then he kills Rocket. So that's the tech that I currently am using to take them apart. But yeah, I won because my dice were on fire this game.
Even with that,
Steven, do you have?
hold on.
Oh,
Even with that, Noah's Hulk almost single-handedly. He did single-handedly keep him in the game and almost won him the game. Even with Fred
that is
rolling
true.
hot.
Hulk ended up with 3 hammers on him by the end of the game, mostly because I couldn't get him off of them. Partially because the moment I guess the rules as it is, when I daze him, he stays on the table until the cleanup phase. But he was the only model on the table in the last round of the game. I think I only had to do him 5 damage too, but
Yeah, he was at
I
15.
did not. I just ran away and won the game on scenario. And that, Steven, do you have any games that you've played recently?
No, sir, I do not.
Okay. Well then, I think that we should talk about the person we are here to discuss today. That person being Jubilee, otherwise known as Jubilation Lee. Her defensive line is 2 physical, 3 energy, and 3 mystic. She has 4 stamina on both sides of her card. She's a threat value of 2 and a size 2 and a medium mover. Hey, Brad, why don't you do her attacks?
All right. Her first attack is energy. It's called Luma Kinetic Blast. It's range 4 dice, cost 0, gain a power, wild hit, stun after the attack is resolved. Her second attack is Princess of Pyrotechnics. Yeah, Pyrotechnics. Energy, range 3, 6 dice, cost 4, and has wild hit, rapid fire. So she can make that same attack again against the same target. It does not have the rapid fire rule.
Hey, Steven, why don't you finish out the card?
Okay, we have a reactive superpower called Fireworks. It will cost you X. So, in this one, when this character or another allied character within 2 is defending, during the modified dice step, this character may spend up to 3 power to use this superpower. For each point spent, the defender may reroll one of its defense dice. The character can reroll dice with the superpower only once per turn. Another reactive called Wolverine will cost 0 power when this character is the target of an attack. If an allied James Logan Howlett is within 2 of this character, is within 2 of Jubilee, she may use the superpower. The allied James Logan Howlett becomes the target of the attack, regardless of range or line of sight. And then she has the innate called I Totally Meant to Do That. When this character rolls dice, after the effect is resolved, if it rolled at least 1 critical, it gains 1 power and drops all objective tokens it is holding.
Okay, Steven, what are your first thoughts here on Jubilee?
X-Men are happy that they don't have to put Honey Badger in anymore.
I mean, okay, fair. With a this is a 2 threat, and anytime there's a new 2 threat, it feels like they have to really come back on the gas with it because 2 threats seem to have an inordinate impact on the meta, mostly because they're so easy to splash. And I feel like they did enough to her to make it so she's not going to be splashed everywhere. I mean, obviously, the fact that she drops any extract she's holding anytime she rolls a crit, that's really annoying. I genuinely see there being a case where she uses fireworks to re-roll a crit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't want her picking up. She's got a range 4 gun, and she's a back point sitter.
That doesn't mean she's not going to end up with a point sometimes. Sometimes you will need her to have an extract. Like she'll grab one in the course of a game, and it'll be really important you keep it on her. And then someone takes a long shot at her, just one single shot, and she rolls a crit on the defensive dice, and suddenly she's dropped her thing.
The only people that should be holding extracts who are 2s are Toad and possibly Bullseye.
I disagree. I mean, you don't want her to have an extract, obviously, just because of what the case is for her passive there. But she's gonna end up with it over the course of the game. There will be games where she's holding an extract, and you don't want her to drop it.
And then you just put Wolverine by it, right?
That is true. If you've got Wolverine and if he's within, I mean. Let me be frank. I feel like you don't bring this character if you don't have Wolverine on the table. Do you guys agree? Like, I could be wrong about that. Maybe just because of her being a 2 threat, she's easy to fit into places. But
the problem with the Wolverine thing is you don't want her near Logan the Wolverine. That's
right that way because Logan needs to be able to be alone in order to get his rerolls.
Yep. She doesn't want to hang with regular Wolverine because he's going to be in the middle of some stuff. And Weapon X blows up. Who are you going to put her with? Like,
there's not a Wolverine, a James Logan Howlett that fits well with her game plan.
Well, they'll come out with
they all
fourth
play
or
completely.
fifth Wolverine. It'll be old man Logan.
Another 2 threat who just walks around with a cane.
Oh, you've not read Old Man Logan. If you think he has a cane.
No, I have not.
Well, Fred, are you going to ask me what I think?
What do you think about this, Brad?
Trash garbage. This is not the
Oh boy.
this is not the two threat X-Men need. She is better than Honey Badger, and she will be put in rosters because of that. But the X-Men have gone a long time now with only splashing a 2 or more recently not running a 2. They're used to that. I don't know that this changes anything.
Yeah. Yeah. She's certainly very watered down. I think it's neat that her spender can be rapid fire, but that trigger is on a wild hit, and that is something you can't really depend on.
No, not at all.
Like, yeah, especially on 6 dice. Like, that's not. It'll be nice. She'll sometimes like take someone out that she shouldn't because you got that rapid fire trigger, but it's not frequent. It's not going to happen all that frequently. And I think her 4 dice gainer is nifty. It's range 4 or 4 dice, and it can possibly put out stun. But that's also on a wild hit trigger, and that is an even tougher trigger to get. That is a on 4 dice. That's real tough.
The fact that she can interact with the
I will.
scenario at all, and it's really is mostly the secures, is the only reason she'll even make it in the roster. She's probably okay at pay to flips, just running those, except she's gonna die.
Steven, what were you about to say?
Well, they had a couple of misses on this card. First of all, they forgot the iconic line of Mallrat. They needed to put a superpower in there that would designate that. Second of all, I don't. She's better than Vulture. That's all I have to say.
She's better than Vulture.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, I definitely do. Because
Okay.
she has a range 4 attack. He has to get into range 2 to get his power.
Yeah, that is true.
And she's just one physical defense less and one stamina less on both sides. Yeah, I mean, and she has defensive tech.
That is a thing that I don't think we've discussed enough. Is she does have that defensive tech is quite good, and it's quite useful. Now she's not going to have power.
Yeah.
Like she may have 3 power to do some rerolls, but she's never going to have a whole lot.
Well, I mean, if you have her on a back point and she's rolling those crits, it's like scientific hubris. Okay. The only caveat to that is that if she has an extract, she would drop it. But if she does not have an extract, it's scientific hubris.
You're right, and that is a nice way to generate a little extra power. But she's purely got a gainer, and she's only got 4 stamina. So even when she gets flipped, she's only picking up 4 power that way.
I'm sorry, a range 4 gun on a 2 threat is always better than Vulture.
The range on the rerolls is also only range 2. If she's sitting on a back point, she's only rerolling her own dice.
That is true. Yeah.
She's not helping out the team.
Right. Yeah, you're right. She can if James Logan Howlett is close enough to take the hit, she can reroll those dice. But yeah. I feel like this is a 2 threat that is an underwhelming 2 threat, but she is still a 2 threat, and for that reason, there's a place that exists for her presence. She's better than Honey Badger, but she's probably worse than every other 2 threat in the game.
I've been playing Honey Badger a lot recently. She is better in X-Men than Honey Badger.
Not better in X-Force.
No. And actually,
but yes,
Honey Badger with Jonathan might be as good as her.
Because you can still get as many secures as she can.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so what I just said, do you guys agree? I think that she's maybe better, I guess better in some circumstances than Honey Badger, and worse than every other two threat in the game.
Yep.
What does it like? That's my take on her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we don't know her tactics cards. That may be something that comes out in the future. She may not get any. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I think we owe her a letter grade. So here's my letter grade for this underwhelming two. I think she's kind of a C plus. I think she's a C plus. There's a place for her. I think that there's a place that exists. She is a back point sitter and a two threat back point sitter, which is a pretty useful thing to have. Like if you need to have a back point sitter, you'd rather them be a two threat than a four threat. So that has value. And she also has range 4 attack that can do stun. That's not bad. But, I mean, other than that, that's pretty much it. She's got some defensive tech that's pretty nifty. But that's where I'm going to stand. I'm going to be a C. C plus, I think, is what I said. Okay, Brad, what are you going to give to Jubilee?
So you said this like 6 times in a row, and this is what AMG said. She's good at sitting on a back point. The problem in X-Men is that's what their leaders do. Their leaders sit on the back point. So why
Yeah.
do we need another person to sit on the back point? Especially when we could have Domino as the second person. Way better at that. I really want to be wrong. Jubilee's a cool character from the comics. She's iconic from the 90s cartoon. I 3D printed her and painted her up like 2 years ago. I'm looking at the model right now, waiting for this model to come out. I really hope I'm wrong. I think she's a C minus.
Okay. Steven, what are you thinking on this model?
I agree with Brad, C minus.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's Jubilee. That's our take there on this new two threat model. Hey Brad, do you have any comic book recommendations for Jubilation Lee?
Yeah, and my comic book recommendations won't be as disappointing as she is. So I have 3.5 recommendations. So the first one, Uncanny X-Men 244. This is Chris Claremont and Mark Silvestri. This story is called Ladies' Night. It's kind of an iconic issue. While living in Australia's outback, the X-Women really need a girls' night out. I guess it's not really a night out because they go to the mall, so it's in the middle of the day. But their new friend Gateway teleports them to the Hollywood Mall in LA, where they have a run-in with some mutant hunters who are trying to capture a young mutant named Jubilation Lee in her very first appearance. After taking out the mutant hunters, Gateway leaves the portal open long enough for Jubilee to sneak to Australia, and eventually, in later comics, she ends up saving Wolverine from the Reavers, and they head out and have adventures together, which is the half recommendation. The next, whatever issues of Uncanny X-Men after that, she saves Wolverine, and then into Wolverine Volume 2. Wolverine Volume 2 is very long. Lots of different people wrote it, and it is usually a ton of fun, but not very serious or deep. And Jubilee's a pretty major character in that. It's most of the issues are her and Wolverine going around the world doing cool stuff together.
Okay.
Next, Uncanny X-Men issue 303. This is also why I'm recommending so much today, because two of these are single issues. One is generally in general a run, and then I've got a mini series. But 303 is Scott Lobdell and Richard Bennett, and Ilya Rasputin is a child in this, not the magic everybody knows. And she's dying of the legacy virus, and Jubilee's not taking it well. This is Jubilee usually is not taking things very seriously, so this shows a different side to her. And it's also rare that we see Kitty Pryde and Jubilee interacting with each other, because they filled the same role in the comics in different decades. So they were like the child sidekick of the X-Men at different times in the comics.
You're right. They are filling the same role in like a friend group.
Yep. And then the final recommendation is Jubilee 2004. This is Robert Kirkman and Derek Donovan. Fred, are you familiar with anything Robert Kirkman has done?
I probably, but I don't know off the top of my head.
I thought you would know his name. Oh, man.
What is he famous for?
Well, there was this show that came out a little while ago based on one of his comics called The Walking Dead.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
And then
okay, I see.
Another one of his comics more recently got the television treatment. And I know you've watched this one. We've talked about it.
Is this Invincible?
It is Invincible. So
yeah.
He wrote this Jubilee miniseries. Oh man, I can't remember now if it was 6 or 8 issues. But Jubilee is back in LA, dealing with a family member that she didn't know existed, her aunt, I believe, who is mixed up in some bad stuff, which is why her parents didn't tell her about it. And this digs into Jubilee's background and family in a way that really just isn't touched on in any other comics. So it's a good one to get her history. This is before she became a vampire.
She became a vampire.
She sure did. She got bitten by the son of Dracula and became a vampire. And she was a vampire for a very long time. She also adopted a little baby named Shogo.
Oh boy.
And
things get so crazy in these comic books.
The cool thing, in the Krakoa era, Jubilee is a part of Excalibur, and they spend a lot of time in Otherworld, and when Shogo is in Otherworld, he is a dragon.
Oh, okay. I see. I've seen this.
Yeah.
All right. I understand now.
Now Shogo just lives in Otherworld, and he's out of the book because it's really hard to give superheroes babies without artificially aging them up.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, is that the last recommendation,
that
Brad?
was it.
Okay. The only thing that's left is my non sequitur recommendation. Brad, I know that you are a fan of British comedy TV. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Would that be a correct assessment?
Yeah.
Have you heard of the show Last One Laughing?
I very recently saw something about that, but I wasn't entirely sure what it was. So tell me, Fred.
I have been watching this show. This is a show where you take a number. I think the number is 10. I think it's 10 extremely funny British comedians, and you put them in a room together, and the only rule is that they are not allowed to smile or laugh. And whoever is the last person standing wins the show. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It is so funny because you're watching these people who are extremely funny trying to get each other to break, and what they do is they have to walk away from each other when they're. It is at one point there is a person, they are doing a singing competition against each other, and one person is crying. They are trying to hold in a laugh so hard. This show is extremely funny. I highly recommend it. This is Last One Laughing is what it is called. David Mitchell's in this season. I think
Ooh,
it
I
is
do like
season
David
2
Mitchell.
is current. Season 2 is currently streaming on Amazon. That is where it is taking place. I don't know where season 1 is. It may not be streaming. You may have to get something like BritBox or some other streaming service. But season 2 is on Amazon right now, and I recommend that everyone watch it because it is. I thought I was going to pee myself. It's so funny. And I guess that. Oh, go ahead.
Funny related story about holding in a laugh. The only injury to happen during the making of The Princess Bride from filming was Mandy Patinkin bruising a rib from holding in a laugh from the Mad Max scene.
I mean, it's dangerous. You'll see that. Holding in a laugh is really hard to do. And that's it for our show today. Thank you, Brad, and thank you, Steven, for joining me to talk about Adepticon. This one was a little bit tricky. Sorry, everyone, if we kind of talked over each other. For some reason we're getting a strong delay. Maybe it's just on my end, but you'll notice it. I think we kind of talk over each other this episode. But I want to say thank you for listening to us talk about Adepticon. This one is a long one, and this one doesn't really lend itself towards people who are just listening in the car. But you stuck it out. You made it this far. And I hope that everyone out there has a wonderful time playing Marvel Crisis Protocol. Goodbye, everybody.